we are doing a pilot for the sort of projects that you might like to consider for Michigan. It's to be an electronic currency, so you'd carry a card, something like that. There would be a card reader at the merchant's terminal. You'd have a number, a security code that you tapped in to authorize payments, and it would be very much like the way we pass around conventional money. What's different about this money is how it gets into circulation. This is debt-free money. If you ask yourself what creates the value of money, it's, I'm prepared to accept it from you because I know I can pass it on to somebody else who accepts it from me, from them, because they know that they can pass it on too. In other words, it's acceptable because it's acceptable. It's the users who create the value of money. So this money is going to be given into circulation. The local authority is going to be spending it into circulation by paying some of its employees' wages in it. The employees will accept it because they know that the local shops will accept it, because the local shops will be able to use it to pay their local taxes, their refuse charges, and so on with it. So something very similar could be started in Michigan, but the important thing is that ideally the state government should be involved in that. Otherwise, I think that it will be back to a situation like in the 1930s, that because there's no money about, you will have people who very much want to do things, who are unemployed, and people who would very much like to be able to pay for the things that the people who want to do things would like to do. But because there's no money, there's no way of linking them up. There is, of course, already in the United States several currencies that are based on giving money into circulation. The one I know best is Ithaca Hours. But that's not electronic in the way it is. And cash notes only form quite a small proportion of the trading that we do. So, next slide, please. This is the sort of thing that might happen, that you can transfer the money using your cell phone. Next slide, please. So, that's it. That's the situation that we face. We've got these three crises: climate, oil peak, and money supply. Basically what it means is that the systems that we grew up with, that were based on economic expansion, on our ability to get richer each year, to have more, the thing that powered the American dream, those days are over. We need to accept this and to think through what it means. Energy is now the new money. If you can produce energy, no matter from what, then you're going to be able to sell that for money. Up to now, if more money has gone into circulation on the basis of debt, then more energy has been able to be found. But as we saw, the oil supply peaked, and it is now going into reverse, and it's not going to be possible to make up the deficit from renewable resources or the other two major fossil fuels. So everything has changed, and we need to adapt to it. If you can get ahead, if you don't fight this historic turning point, then there can be a bright future. I mean, what it's going to mean is that there are going to be more people on the land, that transportation is going to become very much more expensive, that food will cost more in terms of the length of time that people have to work to get it. In the 1920s, food, in terms of the number of hours you had to work to afford something like a chicken, were 10 times what they are now. And the same applies to similar foods. The price of energy fell by that same proportion. We're going to be moving back in that direction. But these higher prices enable more incomes to be provided. And we're going to be needing to use much more sophisticated farming methods that don't need high energy inputs. So,
Richard,
I'm nearly through.
Okay.
So, to enable this to happen, to enable the adjustments to take place, you do need to have your own money system and to be prepared to take very radical actions and take great risks. Thank you very much.